Looking for alternatives to $60 campsites?
We're going to tell you about one in this Midweek Update. Welcome back, everyone. Make sure you stay to the end of this video because we're going to tell you about a campground alternative that's going to save you money, and I think you're really going to like it. But before we get to that, we're going to do our weekly midweek update, and we want to talk about some things that we're excited about.
Yeah.
And one of them is I placed an order last week, Patty.
I know you did.
And we have our second Battleborn lithium battery arriving on Friday.
Yep.
So that's actually going to take our brand new lithium system from 100 amp hours to 200 amp hours. I actually ordered the cables, so it'll be a fairly easy hookup when we go to put the batteries in the trailer.
Good deal.
And when I was talking to the Battleborn representative, I asked the question point blank, if I have 200 amp hours in my batteries, how many amp hours do I really have? I think she thought it was a trick question.
I think so.
She said, if you want to, you can use all 200 amp hours and you won't hurt the battery. So even though we will never go down that low, I'm sure, it's nice to know that we now have double what we had before with our old AGM battery.
I think we're going to be set.
I think so. Although, can you imagine what you could do with 300 amp hours?
Oh, good grief.
I don't think she's going to let me buy another one. So, and I hate to say this, but I placed another order.
You did.
I did. I called our friends down at Princess Craft RV in Round Rock, and I have 2 new items coming. Hopefully they'll be here in the next week or so.
Okay.
And I think all of you are going to be really excited about these items. So we've got a couple things coming. I'll just share with you right now. One of them is a brand new surge protector that I'm really excited about. Because we went to the lithium batteries, I felt like we really needed to up that protection.
That's a lot of money to waste.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be sharing all that in upcoming videos. And I have this brand new device that just hit the market. It's on its way, and we will probably end up revealing that next week in our midweek update. So make sure you come back next week, same time, and find out what it is. And eventually then I'll do a full review on it. So pretty excited.
Yeah.
This is the time of year for those of us who live in cold, snowy places. It's a good time to really look over your RV equipment and decide what upgrade you want to make for the upcoming season. Get it all here, get it all figured out, and that way when it's time to head out,
we're ready to go.
Absolutely.
Because I'll be ready to go.
Speaking of announcements,
Yeah.
Friday night, 7:30 p.m., we're going to be doing a live stream here on the Travels with Delaney channel. That's going to be on Friday, January 31st, last day of the first month of 2020.
Yeah, can you believe it?
I know, it's crazy.
Goes by fast.
And what are we going to be announcing, Patty?
Well, we're going to be announcing our next camp out for the summer.
That's right.
Of 2020.
So we have a location, a date, and if you want to find out when that is, join us January 31st, 7:30 p.m. for the live stream. If you miss the live stream, no worries. Head on over to travelswithdelaney.com, click on the meetups and campouts page, and after Friday night, it'll be listed there.
That's
and
right.
I don't know about you, but I'm really excited about this location.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
I figure this is going to be one of those locations where we are going to have a lot of you joining us to go camping, or nobody's coming.
Yeah, it's either going to be
I know. I haven't figured out which way this location's going to go, but I am really excited about it. So,
cool.
Yeah, pretty
We'll
exciting.
leave it at that.
All right. Do have a little bit of mail that we wanted to share with you this week.
Cool.
And I've got 2 things. Number one, we received a box just a couple of days ago from my aunt and uncle in Texas, as we like to refer to them, but my Uncle Dennis and Aunt Priscilla. Aunt Priscilla had picked out some fabric for here at Tall Pine Lodge and actually then made it into pillows. And I just have to share these because
aren't they cool?
She actually made these for us. You can see the button on the inside. Love this pattern.
Oh my goodness.
And quite frankly,
there we go.
These could go in the tab as well.
They definitely could.
But they're so soft. And I just wanted to give a thank you to Aunt Priscilla for making these.
Thank you so much.
They're awesome. The other box that we received comes to us from our friends Mike and Brenda out in West Virginia. Now, many of you know that Mike had made for us last year a birdhouse actually he bought it as just a generic birdhouse, and then he turned it into our Tab 400 Carl. And a lot of you actually wanted to buy one, and Mike said no.
Yeah, he wasn't going to
Okay?
go. It was a lot of work for
Yeah.
him.
Well, boy, did I get a big surprise
Yes.
last week when I received a box. Mike is at it again, and this time he made another Carl for us. But you can't really have Carl,
Let me hold it.
without Doug, our brand new Toyota Tacoma. And, well,
actually-
new to us. I shouldn't say brand
Yeah.
new. And these are, you can see they're about that thick. I'd say, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
around an inch. And on the back side, he has Truman and Bess. And over here, he has our logo,
Yeah,
which means I probably owe him some stickers.
I think so.
Okay. But the detail on these,
Aren't
and
they
I don't know if you can
cool?
see these.
We'll start with one and the other.
And then he's even got up under here, you can
Yes.
see the running rails.
Yes.
I don't even know what he used to make the running rails.
I almost wonder if it's like from like the my brother used to make
From
models.
yeah, there's a little step here. I don't think it's going
Yeah,
to show
this
up on
is
camera.
right here. This
but
one doesn't show very well, but yeah, you can
yeah,
kinda see
so
it.
I just had to show these because I knew you guys would absolutely love these. I mean, the detail Mike puts into these things
Oh,
is
my goodness.
crazy.
He's so talented.
So Mike and Brenda, thank you so much
Yes.
for this, and we look forward to the next time we get to hang out with you.
Yeah.
We got to hang out with them in Sugar
Right.
Creek last year, which was so
So
nice.
much fun.
But these are definitely going on display right beside of our other Carl. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
all right, so let's get to the topic at hand,
Yes.
which is when we travel in the summer, we just can't afford 50,
No.
60 bucks every night for a campground. Now,
Just can't do it.
no. So we have lots of options. We, if we're just on travel
Mm-hmm.
days, we look for Cracker Barrels, Walmarts, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Harvest Host are
Yes,
always a big
love
part of our
Harvest
summer
Host,
travel
yeah.
plans. But there are some times when it is nice to have some hookups.
Right.
And one of the more affordable alternatives that we have found are what are known as COE Parks or Army Corps of Engineer Parks.
Right. Love them. We've come across so many neat ones.
Yeah.
I guess we've just been really lucky.
Well,
what
there's
they are.
over 450 COE campgrounds throughout the United States, and they're all located on things like lakes
Yes.
and rivers and streams.
Yep. We've had some beautiful lake spots.
We stayed at
Mhm.
Waco Lake
Yeah.
down in Texas. That was a
Right.
really nice one. I remember we were at a lake just south of Cedar Rapids, Iowa
Right,
one year.
right.
And then that wonderful one, I think it was called the Bloomington East Campground out near Lawrence, Kansas.
Yes.
Remember that big lake?
It was nice.
And what we love about the COE parks that we've stayed in, now not
Yeah.
all of them I don't think have the hookups, but they're always been really clean, really level, and the hosts have been absolutely wonderful.
So helpful, so easy to get along with. It's just been a good experience for us.
Absolutely.
I've liked it because sometimes we find where they have laundry facilities.
Yeah, the
and
one in
that's
Lawrence,
nice.
Kansas had that laundry facility, which was great.
And
Let's
we-
tell them about the
Yeah.
one we stayed at last year specifically.
Yeah, it was Prairie Flower Recreation Area near Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, that
It
was what, maybe,
nice.
what were we, 20, 30 minutes from downtown Des Moines?
Right, and then we were so close to another town.
Ankey?
Right, so if you needed like groceries or supplies, anything.
Or if you wanted to go out to dinner
Yeah,
or
we'd
call
go out to
breakfast.
breakfast. Yeah, we did that a couple
But what was
times.
great about it was even though you were close to the urban setting,
It was quiet.
it was quiet because it was far enough out or just far enough out.
Right.
Now, Prairie Flower is probably one of my favorites that we've stayed at because this campground has it does have 153 sites, all with electricity service at
That
each
is
site.
crazy.
Most
Yes.
of those sites, or a good chunk of them, were actually concrete sites, and there was even a few right on the lake that you could get a nice
Yep.
lake view.
Right. They have beautiful views there.
But you know what I really liked?
I like the group camp.
Yes,
Sites.
they have the best laid out group campsite.
Yeah.
You want to kind of explain
Well,
to
it
them?
was like in a ring, a circle, and you would pull in so everybody's door to their camper was going in. So you would come out all together in the middle. And they had...
Big grassy area
yeah.
in the center.
And they had fire pits for everybody, or a big fire pit. You could have a group fire pit. And they had pavilions so you can get together. And we've learned at campouts you need a pavilion. And
That way when it rains,
yeah.
the group has a place to
Right.
go and hang out.
Right, and so it was just kind of neat. It was like a big circle, and you just parked all the way around the edge, and then your doors came out to the inside. So that was kind of neat.
And
to
I
see.
noticed when we were walking around there, they had different size group sites. I
Right.
think I saw one with as few as like 4 sites and some with maybe 10 to 12
Right.
sites. So depending on how big your group was.
Exactly.
But yeah, those were some of, I've never seen group sites so well laid out as those.
And the ones we've been to, they've had really neat. We don't have kids, but they have neat playground areas. This one had
this one had really
neat,
nice playgrounds.
really nice. I'm a teacher, so I know the rubbery kind of
Mulch.
and then it had a protective like canopy type things over the slides and stuff. So if it was really hot, the kids didn't get burned. So those were really neat. A lot of kids were having fun when we were there. So
yeah, and with every site having its own electric, that was really nice because especially in Iowa in the summer, it can get really warm out, and so you can still run your AC. Now, as far as water, they didn't have water at the sites, but there was water spigots throughout, so there were places you could fill your tank.
And if I remember right, we had one really near us,
Yep.
and so we just had an easy access to water. The restrooms at all of them that we've been at have been really nice also. So if you if you don't want to use
running water,
yours,
restrooms, hot showers.
Yes, clean, because I'm picky about showers at places. I like them clean, and these were clean, and they kept them up really nice. Yeah.
There was and then obviously they had the dump station, so on the
Right.
way out we could empty our tanks, which was really nice. There was actually beach access. We didn't get to use it.
No.
And Prairie Flower is actually located, the actual Prairie Flower campground, I believe, is around 60 acres.
Okay.
But it's on Saylorville Lake, which is a 6,000 acre lake.
cow.
And if you remember, we drove over to the
Right.
dam area. Very nice visitor center. So there's a lot to do around there.
Well, we didn't get to do it, but I know there were hiking trails.
Hiking
That
trails.
we could have
and
taken the pups on and walked on. The pups were allowed to walk, around.
just about everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice, very nice place. So COEs, we love them.
Absolutely, COEs. Now, I know you're thinking like, oh my gosh, this sounds really good. What is this going to cost me? Well, they vary from location to
Yeah.
location. Prairie Flower, $22 a night.
Yep.
And that's with electricity.
I
So
know.
for $22,
Crazy.
we get access to water, access to a free dump station. We have electricity at our site. And again, they're just so well laid out and clean. And so we actually now look for COE or Corps of Engineer parks when we're traveling, if we're looking for something with a
Right.
little bit more facility wise, but again, we just don't want to pay 50, 60, 70 bucks.
Well, last summer we were very fortunate to have a camp out there, and we had a lot of now new friends that we met there. That it was just a really nice place to be.
So how do we find those Corps of Engineer parks? Patty, what's our favorite
we go
app?
to should I just
Allstays.
Yeah, just boop.
I know sometimes. Yeah. So we use the Allstays app on our Apple phones.
Yeah.
If you don't have an iOS phone, then you can go
Right.
to allstays.com on a web browser and just look for the little red logo. I believe it's a red symbol
I
for
think
Corps of
so.
Engineer Parks, and you'll find them. And many times around large lakes, there'll be multiple campgrounds, all
Right.
COE campgrounds. Some are going to have things like electricity, some may not. I think there's even some that are equine friendly.
Right.
And so we use that. And then typically to book those COE parks, you can do that right in your Reserve America app on your phone, or you can go to Reserve America on your computer
right.
and get those booked. If you'd like to see more footage from our Iowa campout at Prairie Flower, I'm going to go ahead and link a video up above for you. Until next time, everybody, we'll see ya.
On down the road.
Good night.
Do you want to say good night? You want my attention? Say bye bye.